A lot of traders are still struggling to understand what liquidity is and how to find it. And understanding liquidity is literally the number one most important skill when it comes to trading and trading profitably. Now, I'm going to show you something that most traders not only don't even look at, but they don't even know about. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you some results. This is an account that started at roughly about $3,000 here. And this old ledger back in the 2022 crypto bull run using obviously trading and liquidity strategies, trading different assets in the crypto space. Now I'll exclusively focus on the ES and the NQ, but I just wanted to show you some results. I can't say that I sold the exact top. The exact top was at a 470K of worth. And this big dump that you see is me just selling into my bank account. So selling around 455K with the top being 470, pretty good. In my opinion, and growing the account from $3,000 to almost 500,000, pretty good in my opinion as well. So I just want to show you some results. And also as well, I want to just pop up some results here from the actual ES and the NQ space. Now, as you can see here, this is $4,000 for the last month of June, mostly trading like really, really green. But this is a prop firm account that has roughly $2,500 in drawdown. So going from $2,500 in drawdown that you have to lose and making $4,000 profit, that's roughly increasing your account by 80% in a month. So that's obviously really, really good. And to show you a little bit more recent results as well, this is from the last 1 week as well using prop firm accounts. The same drawdown as well, using roughly the same drawdown as well, around roughly $2,500 and making 1,000 bucks profit in a week on a $2,500 drawdown is like a 40% increase in a week. So I just wanted to just show you a little bit of results of understanding liquidity in these concepts. And understanding these concepts is literally the number one most important thing that you can do to understand trading better is these liquidity concepts. Now, one last thing is quickly before I get into this, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm giving away some free 100K evals on the first 100 people who follow me on Instagram. And if you do want to buy any prop firm accounts, you can use the code Dante Trades at the checkout to get the best discount on any prop firm. Just check the link in the description for that. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's just jump right into this. So the first thing that you want to do, and the thing that I do, is you want to go to the asset you're trading. Obviously, now this works on any asset, as I said before, and it just gives you like tons and tons and tons of setups all the time. And this is going to be, you want to go down to the 1 minute time frame, and you want to go to, in this case, we're going to be trading the ES. So you go down to the 1 minute time frame. You want to mark out from the Sunday weekly open to the Friday close. So right here on the ES, you can see we are on the Sunday open on the 1 minute time frame. And if you trade on the higher time frames, that's totally fine. But you need to do this on the 1 minute time frame to get the most accurate levels. And we're going to be breaking all this stuff down. But again, just go to the 1 minute time frame right now to draw these levels so that they can be accurate, so that you can know exactly where the liquidity is sitting. Because if you draw it on a different time frame, it's just going to be much less accurate levels, and you don't want that, right? You want the most accurate levels for what we're going to be drawing. So you want to go to so you want to go down to the 1 minute time frame, go to the Friday open. So as you can see here, we're at the Friday open, Sunday 13th at 6 p.m. EST. And make sure your chart is on the EST time zone, because if you don't, it can just get very confusing. But you go to indicators and you type in volume, and you want to type in the fixed range volume profile. And once you get that there, you just want to take that fixed range volume profile and drag it all the way from the Sunday open to the current week's Friday close. I mean, the previous week's Friday close. So again, here you can see we dragged it from the Friday open, excuse me, the Sunday open, and then the Friday close there. And we're going to do that, and we're going to draw that stuff out, right? So you see, we drew that out, right? We drew that out. And now we're just going to mark these lines on the chart, and I'm going to explain to you. It's going to be very simple. Just follow along here. Just follow me here. I'm going to explain exactly what everything means and how to use it, but just bear with me for now. So you're going to mark these three things out on the chart. And really quickly, uh, this is my settings for the fixed range volume profile. So you can just kind of just pause the video there, screenshot it. And this is the style that I use. You can use any style that you want to. This is just the style that I use. Use whatever colors that you want. But anyway, you want to mark this out on your chart, right? So you want to put this line on the previous week value area high. That's what that stands for. And again, I'm going to explain this in a second. And you're going to put this purple line on the previous week point of control. You can see there, just have it match right over the top there. And you're going to put this red line on the previous week value area low. So you can see we marked out these three lines on the charts. Now, what do these three lines on the charts actually mean? Why are we marking this out? Now, to explain what these three lines means, I'm just going to give you guys a really simple analogy so you can understand this a little bit better. So let's say we go to the grocery store and you have an onion in the grocery store, right? This is what I like to use. And let's say that the price of an onion at the grocery store is normally $1, right? So the price you go to the grocery store, the price of the onion is normally $1. Now, what happens if you go into the grocery store next time and the price is $5? $1, excuse me, $5 for one onion. Very few people are going to be willing to buy one onion for $5. So what's going to happen is the price for an onion is going to have to decrease back to $1 or closer to $1 so that people can start buying onions in the grocery store again, right? Or they're just going to sit there and rot, and it's going to be a problem. And the same thing goes for the opposite, right? Let's say for some reason the price of an onion drops to like 10 cents on whatever particular day. You're going to find very few grocery stores willing to keep selling onions at the price of 10 cents or 5 cents or something like that, because they're going to lose money, right? So the price of an onion is again going to have to come up closer to $1 so that you have more retailers and more grocery stores willing to sell their onions at this price. So that's basically what these lines represent. This green line represents that $5 onion that we talked about when the price is considered overvalued, the value area high. So we can put this green line generally represents expensive. So when we get to this green line, I'm generally looking for shorts at that line. When we get to the point of control, the point of control is usually this purple line. The point of control just represents the fair value. And this is not fair value gaps or ICT or anything like that. This is just the actual fair value, what the market perceives as fair value. So what you'll normally see here is when the price gets to the fair value level, you see a lot of chopping, a lot of consolidation and things like this. For me, I don't like to trade at the fair value that much because you can just get chopped out a lot. But usually what we like to do is set the fair value to either be usually take profits or something like that. Sometimes you can enter off a point of control, but I generally like to avoid that in a lot of cases because again, you could just get chopped out a lot. And then the opposite is true. The last thing that we have here is the value area low, right? So again, that just represents when we get around to this area here, we are looking for longs because that just represents that the price is very cheap or relatively cheap to what the market has agreed upon for whatever particular week or time frame that you're looking at, right? So that's how this works, right? And if you're still unclear, just let me know in the comments and I'll clear it up a little bit. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to go to the previous day and you want to do the exact same thing. You want to draw out those levels out exactly the same. So now you can see we are at the previous day normal trading hours here. So um, in this case, I'm looking at the ES, like I said. So the normal trading hours that I like to draw this out is from 9:30 to 4 p.m. EST, right? So 9:30 to 4 p.m. EST. And we're going to just do exactly the same thing as mark this out for the previous day, right? So 9:30 again to 4 p.m. So as you can see here, we have the previous day value area high right here at this level. We have the previous day point of control very near the previous week point of control. And when you see something like this is a super green flag. When you see multiple higher time frame levels overlapped and confluence like this. So this is a really good sign for a setup. And then you see the same thing here, the previous day value area low, and then you mark those out. The only last thing that you have to do is you have to come to the current session of whatever you have to be trading. And you're just going to draw out the current session volume profile as well. So literally all you would do, let's say for example, because today is Monday here, we don't actually have a current session that has developed here. So I'm just going to show you for a previous day example here. So let's say for example, if we just go to the replay tool and let's say it was Friday and I'm looking to trade on a Friday, the current session of Friday starts at 9:30, obviously. So you just would draw that out for the current session at 9:30. You would just draw that out for the current session at 9:30 when the market starts. And then all you have to do is just, you're going to, on the inputs, you're just going to select extend right. So what that does is for the current section, as the volume profile is developing, you're actually going to be, it's just going to automatically draw this thing out. So it'll update the volume profile along with it, as you can see there. So you don't have to keep like extending it over all the time, right? So how do we take trades off these levels. So I'm just going to pull up some trades that I took for you guys last week live, like that I recorded, so that you can see how we use this. So as you can see, this is an example of a real trade that I took last week. So what we can actually see here is this candle is exactly where I took my trade at. This big, I shorted right off of here because I told you guys we are normally looking for shorts off the value area high. And as you can see there, you see that green dotted line, that is the current session's value area high because the price, that's that $5 onion that I told you guys about. We are at that value area high. So that means we are overextended for the current session. But also as well, you can see we are at the previous day point of control and we're also at the previous day value area low. And because the price was coming from under or delivering from under, so it's just the same concept, it's just the same exact concept as when we talk about support and resistance, right? We know like support, it looks like this, right? When you come to a level, you expect the level to act as support here, right? So you would expect if you come to this level, we would act as support. But when you're delivering from below something, let's say the price goes something like this, and you're delivering from below, you expect that price to act as resistance. So we do normally long off the value area low, but because the price was delivering from below that area on that higher time frame, that's why I shorted, right? So again, look, you have the current session value area high, which tells you the current session is most important when scalping because it's telling you what's happening right now. This price is overvalued for what's happening right now in the session. And right now in the session, that price was overvalued, right? And then you have the price delivering from under like this, right? Delivering from under a higher time frame level, which we expect to act as a level of resistance, right? So we have like multiple confluences, the previous day point of control and the previous day value area low were both right there. So you have like two levels of higher time frame confluence as resistance that you're delivering from below into, and then you have the current session value area high. That's also telling you that this is overextended for the current session. And you can see here, I actually took this trade here. And let me just pull this up for you here. So this is the trade I actually made. I made 600 bucks on this in literally about 2 minutes. You can see here, I got in at 10:53 and I made 600 bucks at 10:54, right? So that was literally like a 1 minute trade. I literally like, that was exactly the candle. And actually, this trade was on the MNQ. You guys know that the NQ and the ES kind of moves in pairs. So it's the same exact setup on the on the NQ as well. I actually was mostly watching the ES, but it's the same exact setup. The only reason I took the NQ was because the NQ tends to move a lot harder, but most of the time I just trade the ES. But this is exactly how we use this. Literally, we're looking for value area highs and value area high shorts or value current session value area low longs. Is very, very simple. Basically how I trade every single day. You have multiple setups that happen like this all the time. You can see here, look, we had that one setup there, and then you could have literally re-entered the exact same trade right here. You would have actually got an even bigger W. And you will see that when it comes to the volume profile, you don't have to sit around for like hours and hours to wait for setups. Like you get setups usually every 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15, maybe 30 minutes, no matter what session that you're trading. I like to focus on the normal New York trading hours because the volume obviously is more and the price tends to move a lot better. The only thing that I would tell you guys is just wait for whatever session that you're going to be trading is you want to wait for the first 1 hour, 30 minutes. You can do 30 minutes, but preferably 1 hour for the volume profile to develop so that you can actually be trading off some more solid levels. But this is basically it, right? Like it's very, very simple. You draw out the volume profiles from the previous week, the previous day, and the current session. And when you get into value area highs, I'm generally looking for shorts. And when you get to value area lows, we're generally looking for longs with some exceptions that I just told you guys there, depending on how we're delivering. And it's very, very consistent and it works. And the reason why this works is these are not some random lines that you're drawing on the charts. These volume levels are showing real up-to-date in-time liquidity and price action that is being placed by institutions and really big players in the market. So you can literally see the volume in real time and what's actually happening. You aren't just relying on some like random patterns or random lines in a chart or anything like this. This is the real volume profile, the real volume of like what's actually happening in the markets and how you can literally see the liquidity and how to react to it. So hopefully video helped you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And again, just make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to grow that page. And I would really appreciate the support. And also, as well, if you want to use any prop firms, you can use the code Dante Trades at checkout to get the best discount. But that's pretty much it, man. Just follow me here. I'm going to be trying to drop a lot more value on this page. And again, I really hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.